Hey everybody, welcome to the Stockton Symphony Instrument Roundup, and many thanks to the students at the University of the Pacific Conservatory of Music for creating this series of videos.
Hello, my name is Raven. I am a third-year music education student here at the University of the Pacific, and today I'm going to be talking to you about shakers and cymbals. We're going to go ahead and start with the shaker though. So, shakers can be in all different shapes and sizes. This one just happens to be blue, and it can be taken apart. But see, what most people get mistaken is, shakers, you can shake them however you want to. It's like self-explanatory, right? There's really no musicality to this. Well, that's where I have something to tell you. So for shakers, there's actually a specific way that you should hold it. I'm going to be using this one as an example. So instead of just, or, see how those sound completely different? This one sounds like if you're just playing with rocks and moving pebbles. This one sounds like if you're shaking rice. If you hold it up this way, you can get actually both of those sounds. You can hear the gentle grains hitting on the sides evenly. If you hold it down here, you really can't get an even sound. It's just, you can't if you need to do both, if you had an accent, you can't, it's just a little too complicated. So if you hold it up here, you get better range to do that. So if you just have a gentle shake, and say you need to add accents in there. You give it a little flick with your wrist. I tend to go up, but it's up to you. But yeah, so that is how you should hold your shaker. Now we're going to move on to cymbals. So, I feel like the most common knowledge of cymbals is the lovely crash cymbal. You usually have two of them. I have two right here. And how do you play them, you may ask? You simply strike them together. But there's a little more art to that than this. So, just make sure that our grip is correct. If yours has one of these straps, you actually do not go inside the strap. This is more for marching. So if you're in a marching band, you can wrap around like this. Do it again. Inside, twist, grip here. This is for marching band, so it's easier to hold your cymbals. But you're in concert band. You have other stuff to be grabbing and hitting, and you don't have time to be taking your hands out and in from these cymbals. So what do? Take this strap, go under here, grip here, from this way. And it's almost like our little fulcrum again, if you watched the mallet video. Do the same on the other side. You should have them like this, okay? And they should feel pretty sturdy. If it does not feel sturdy, feel free to put your pinky inside, and it'll help with the grip, because sometimes these are a little slippery. So, how do we play our cymbals? It is not that way. This is like monkey cymbals, you know what I mean? Just back and forth. So in order to get the best sound on cymbals, you need to angle your hand. So this is like your plate, your platter, and you are striking against that. Normally moving forward, but it just depends on the kind of sound you're trying to get. If you're trying to get a very piano sound, you can just do very soft. Loud, big crash, you strike. You move your hand forward across the cymbal. And be careful, because sometimes if you happen to strike with the edges right against each other, you can create an airlock, but that's very uncommon, so I would not worry about that. Moving on to suspended cymbal. There's lots of things you can do with suspended cymbals, such as scrape them, hit them. Different sounds create different areas, create different sounds. Or probably the most common with suspended cymbal is to roll them. And how you do that is you're going to start on the very edge, as far away as you can. You're going to grab your mallets, which we discussed in the mallet video. But again, your fulcrum, index, and thumb. Grab two. Grab the biggest size that you have, your softest mallets, because this creates the most beautiful sound, most suspended sound. Start on the edges. Roll very softly, back and forth. Just left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Softly. And then when the time comes, if you need to crescendo, get louder. You just get bigger with your hands. And then just to mute it, to stop the sound, you just grip it. And yeah, that is Crash Course on cymbals and shakers.